a greater negotiation
outlook.
For now, Dr. Inat Vilf, Gilad Sher, Chuck Freilich, great to have you weighing in on this. And let's jump to Ramallah. Lots of opinions, obviously, about all of these issues there, especially the potential moving of the embassy to Jerusalem, something that has been hinted that might even come in the very first days of the presidency. An announcement on that. Mohammed El-Qasim is there. Mohammed, what do you have for us?
Good evening, Nurit. The Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas is actually in Ramallah, and he is at Al Muqata in his office. He did watch the speech with some of his closest advisors, and still in a meeting there, trying to put together a next policy, some kind of a move and plan for what if President Trump decides in the near future, in the next few days, few weeks, to move the embassy, the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Ramallah. A lot has been said. He did send him a letter a couple of weeks ago asking him not to do so, that it would bring about dangerous consequences. Also, he asked the Pope in the Vatican last Saturday to intervene. He asked Russia to intervene, and also he asked the French to intervene. Here in Ramallah, I have with me Mr. Sam Bahour. He is an American citizen, also a Palestinian chairman of the For Americans for a Vibrant Palestinian Economy, and an active on the political scene here in Ramallah. Mr. Sam, first of all, let me start with you. As an American Palestinian, what do you think President Trump can bring now to this conflict?
Well, first, I must speak as an American citizen. It's a very embarrassing day to be an American citizen. What we're seeing is turning back the clock 200 years with the inauguration of Trump. I feel that all of the rights that have been gained throughout the last decades are at risk. That's for the American scene. The scene outside of America is even more dangerous. What we know so far is basically speculation based on very clownish statements within the campaign trail. This is a person who does not have a policy. It is a black box as far as politics is concerned. The only indication we have of where his politics may stand are the appointments that he made or is in the process of making, and those appointments are not encouraging at all. Not only are they not encouraging, but they're also many times in full contradiction with his campaign trail slogans.
Can you be more specific? I mean, let's talk about in regard to moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, but also his position on the settlements, and also appointing Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, to become his special envoy to the Middle East. All these three things, they really affect the Palestinians directly. What do you think about them?
There's a serious conflict of interest in everything he's doing. In this issue specifically, it applies as well. Not only are there people who have been supportive of the illegal settlement enterprise, the Israeli illegal settlement enterprise, who are now being appointed as advisors or as ministry cabinet members. This is very controversial and a problem. Having said that, the more important issue right now is the broader issue. This is a military occupation. In December, the United Nations Security Council unanimously agreed that this occupation is illegal and that the settlements themselves are illegal and should not continue. For a president of the United States to come forward and make bold statements that that's not the case means that he's going against the entire political will of the international community. If the act of moving the embassy actually happens, to move it from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, this could, one, spark violence, because Jerusalem is a red button. The Israeli government knows that very well. Secondly, the U.S. could put itself into a position where it is now a party of the conflict. That's a very important concept, because the Security Council Charter actually says if a Security Council member becomes a party in the conflict, they must exclude themselves from any future votes in the Security Council. So we may see the Security Council taking even more steps, holding Israel accountable, and the U.S. not having that veto vote, which is saving Israel for the last decades.
Well, this is it from Ramallah. This is another opinion of a Palestinian here in the West Bank. It's a dim look. It's a very lack of optimism, I should say, from this side of the conflict. Back to you, Nurit.
Our senior Middle East correspondent, Mohammed